And hello, wonderful people of the internet. We are, if you guys have read the title, we are making Call of Duty Zombies in Minecraft, or gonna try to at least. Obviously, I have my controller, I've got my setup. Well, this time we're not doing like a 2 hour. Well, we might end up doing like a 2 hour stream. I'll build it, and then we'll see how everything goes from there. But you know, normally it doesn't go very well. You can still tell I'm trying to like strafe jump in. Okay, so let's get like the basic outline of it done. I'm gonna see what I can do about those dang the frickin'. I did get Minecraft like yesterday, so um we're gonna see what I can do about the hints. How do I get rid of those? I do have normal daylight cycle. We're just gonna set that to only day for always day for now. Multiplayer, no. Video. Beautiful skies. Yes, 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 yes. Hmm. Oh. Uh. Um. I don't see anything. Oh, creator. What's this? Loading create. What is this? I've never seen this a day in my life. What is create? What? Oh well. Okay, but what I want controller hide controller hints. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yep. All right. Everything looks good. I would be on my like keyboard and mouse, but I can't find my mouse. So let's go ahead and get the rough shape of this done. So I have played this like on like my Switch, so I do know like commands and stuff to do. So we're probably gonna. So I'd probably give it about that. It's about that long, right? Yeah. And then about like this wide. Yeah, I'd say so. All right. So let me go ahead and connect my keyboard to this. Here, hang on. Ah, perfect. All right. I'm gonna see if I can keep my posture good. So, let's see here. Obviously, it's a little bit of a because yeah, as you can tell, keep mouse does work. We're gonna go slash fill 6 negative 62 negative 68 tilde stone, just that. Yep. And then which means now if we from these coordinates all the way to where we wanted it, we just go here and then we go up. What? Okay, let's go. And then we try it from here. Okay. And then boom, we get that. So I'm just going to keep on doing that so that way it has time to register. So it's here. Okay. So it's 40, 61, 16. let's see. So that's the Y. This is X. So we gotta put that as negative 16. So we come on over here, do a little bit of that, and then you do 16. There you go. And then we can go ahead. Oh, we are doing this completely vanilla, by the way. So like there's no add-ons installed, as you like could clearly see. There are no add-ons. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, I don't want emotes. But what do you guys think about my skin? Skin looks tough, right? I don't know what that like. It's a nice little backpack thing, I guess, but it's just all right. So let's go ahead and get this outline done. I will use like I'm probably gonna use like wood planks to mark like where the zombies enter, and then I'll do like, and then we'll do let's do white for like, because this is gonna be off like the Black Ops 3 map, so we're probably gonna go here. So it's like here. I'm going off of memory too, so and it's like this way. Yeah, that's. I don't know actually. Yeah, this right here seems about right, and then it comes up here, then it comes out, and then it comes like down this way, and then it kind of like comes all the way out here. And then the bottom, like the first floor, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And then it comes so right here. That's a door that they enter through. That's a door. That's a door. And then I know like somewhere around like here is where it cuts off. Nope, too small. Like about here. But then now it's too, because I know it's like in the middle of here. There, yep. So, we got this here. We got this going on here. Yep. So, boom. There's that, and then there's like a stairway. Help door. Ooh, I'm gonna use like dark oak for the doors. Right here. It's like a little stair thingy. I'm going through my memory right now. Hang on. Boom. So this right here makes sense, but I think this is just too big. This little back area right here. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. I think it's like it goes like right here. Yeah. There it is. Yep. Yep. And then we'll use like this access area for like, yeah. Yep. And then I think we have like a mule kick right here. Or I think there's some space between the door and the wall, and then there's like a wall by here. I know that there's a wall by here because that's the Arky 5. And then right here is the Shiva, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's all the wall buys done. And then there's a gobble gum machine like right here. I don't know how I'm gonna be doing all the perks or whatnot, but I know that they will be working. I might just do like all the gobble gums or like the starting pack ones, you know, like stock option anywhere but here, you know, like those ones, you know, like the basic ones that everybody uses. So, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know about anywhere but here actually. I think it might be swift something, move faster. I don't know. But okay. And then I'm pretty sure that there are like pillars. Yeah, okay, yeah. So there's like a pillar here. There's like one here, and then they come in through this way, but it's like a, it's like that. Okay. And then there's like another one here, here. And then here there's the staircase, which I'm just gonna, and then we just got, and then yeah. So there's that. I think. I don't know actually. I don't know how the way. I don't know if I like the way how this. And then there's like a pillar in the middle of it. Yeah. Okay. And then there's like a wall here. Yeah. And then there's like a wall here. And then it's like a. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure that's how this is gonna work. So we can go ahead and get rid of these. I was using those as like an outline. But I don't know actually. I think this pillar needs to be moved in like one more so that way they have like 3 room, 3 by 3, 3. Yeah, 3 by 3 by 3. Okay, yeah. And then there's like another pillar like here, like right in front of the stairs. I don't think that's it actually. I think it's like right here, which means that this one is like right there. Yeah. And then there's like a little table right here. And there's like the help door, obviously. Dude, I'd be doing so much more if I had like the mini block add-on. But again, we're doing this completely vanilla, and it's not like I have enough money to do it. But yeah. Okay. So there's this, which means that there's one right about here. There's a door there for the zombies. Okay, and then there's that there. So I'm pretty sure, yeah. So there's 5. Yeah, there's one there, there. And then for in here, wait, no, this one's longer than the actual like main area. That's why I was getting all confused. Okay, yep. Which means that there's one about here. And then there's one. Okay. So this is just a little bit longer than I thought. This comes here. And then this all here needs to be moved out like a couple blocks. And this comes over here. Want to do this because I'm pretty sure there's like a way right here, like right next to the help door. And then there's like one here, like over. There's one right here. Because this one only has 3, I remember. And then there's like little. And then I gotta like grab something for props. We're gonna do white wool for the props. So like I know that there's like a table here. Mystery box is like here. And then I actually don't think that the flooring's that important right now. So we'll just cover that up for now. And then I'm pretty sure that we have like a pillar here.
we're gonna go ahead and make that one. And then there's another one like down here. I don't think that's only two though. Pretty sure there's only two. Yeah, there's only two, and there's props. I'm pretty sure that no, and then there's like a staircase here. How tall is going to be the second layer? How tall do we want it to be? Because so I know that we're just going to move these down one. Like obviously they're not going to be that tall, and they're not going to be like 3 blocks thick, but just to get like a scale factor. There, yep. There, yeah, scale factor. Yeah. So that looks about right. And then I know that there's like a table here. And then there's like a big group broken down stuff over here. Yeah. And then what else is there? There's nothing over here. I know that. And then there's like a broken wall here, so we're just gonna do that. And I'm pretty sure and then there's like the stairs right here, yeah. 1, 2, 3. So we're probably gonna make this like pretty reasonable, but we don't want it like because there is a little walk area here, yeah. And then you can turn out into the. But here's the thing: I don't want it 2 blocks tall. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the staircase back because we're gonna do like slab stairs. For those of you who haven't played Minecraft, there are 2 ways. You can use actual stairs or you can use slabs to make it really, pop. So let's go ahead and grab those slabs. We're just gonna go ahead and just. So they're like stone bricks, yeah, I'd say so. And then we'll do like this here. And then we'll do like, well, I am gonna be trying to texture it, whatnot. So then it's like a here. And you got a this. So it'll be like a 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna do like 4 blocks probably. Yeah. And then we're just gonna do that. So if you guys don't know what I'm doing, I'm like texturing because then I gotta get like cracked slabs. And polished andesite will look kind of good with this. Yeah. Yep, that's it right there. Yeah. So we're just gonna, and then we got like another layer here. But in this one, we're just gonna go double here. I don't want to repeat the same pattern. So we're gonna go 2 andesite in that. Yeah, and then we're just gonna go 2 there. Now I think we got one more. And then for this one, we're just gonna go this double andesite. So I think we can go ahead and just kind of like smooth out the texturing a little bit. Yeah, and then boom. Then after all that, you got stone. And then now we have 3 blocks as a roof. So 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Yep. So that's how I wanted it. If you guys couldn't tell, and then we'll start like, retexturing this stuff. And then we're just gonna go ahead and start messing with this. So, and then this, there we go. So that should be as close as a smooth set of stairs as we're gonna get. And then there's like a pillar right here, I'm pretty sure, yeah. It's like right here. Yep. Which means now we can go ahead and put in the roof for the second floor. Which then means right down about here. So obviously I won't be using the commands for this because, it could mess up the entire project. Because when you're doing it here, it kind of messes up the entire thing. Yeah, so we're just going to go from here, and we're just going to throw it this way. 1, -57 that. Okay. And then... Yep, okay. Slash fill -1, -58, -16, tilde, stop. So what that does is that now I have to make sure I'm at level with this. Yep, okay. So we're going to go ahead and go like right here, make sure I'm lined up with everything, and then... God, dude! Did it mess up my... Okay, good. I wonder why it did -1. Okay. So I think I may have... Okay. I accidentally put in 58 instead of 57. Okay. Which means that for 58 to here is going to be air. So 58 to negative. Here, I got to stand here. And then tilde. We go here. We type in air. Did it work? Oh yeah, I'm a genius. And then we might have to give like the player night vision. It just like clears up stuff when you're in the dark. Okay. And then with all this, we'll just use commands to fill in the walls. And then we'll start replacing everything with stone bricks. And then we'll texture this. So I'm just going to go ahead and build the walls for this little area here. And then once we start getting everything together, I think everything will start cleaning together. So yeah. And with everything like here, and then we got to figure out the problem with them, like not being able to see us. Because in Minecraft, if the zombies can't see you, they can't see you. So I mean, like they don't move towards you at all. So I do know with this, it's about the same size as everything else. And then let's go ahead and get this stairwell done actually. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and do something like this, so that way when we come up the stairs at an angle, it works very well. So we can go ahead and just do that. And then there, yeah, okay. Yep, and then we should be able to like see the stairwell from this angle. So we can go ahead and kind of like lower the wall by like a smidge. And then just go ahead and texture up the wall. Let me go on over here. And then, so I might change the andesite slabs to something else, but who knows? And then we're just going to start. We're not going to open up everything for here. And then, so we make it here. And then we just go ahead and start, you know, building up. Then by the time we get up here, we will. Yep. Yeah. So hopefully this, you know, it doesn't mess up anything. I think we should make that a stone brick. Yep. So instead of having these here, so that way we can't just like hop up here, we're probably gonna end up putting like fencing there. And you can just walk up here. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. And then just start building out the walls. About there. We're just gonna build out this. And then because I'm not using my command blocks, this is gonna take a little bit. Because I don't feel like, you know, putting everything in. But once I get like the top like frame done, that's when I'll use command blocks, because I don't want a big old square in my way when I'm building. So, and then it's going to be like all command blocks. So this is going to be very tricky. I got to figure out like redstone timing. And then I still got to figure out how I'm going to do the mystery box, the guns. Now for the guns, I may do like enchanting. Like they're not going to be guns at all, really. But you know, they'll be like, I'll like name them what they're going to be, and then so and then after this we'll try to like do like Kino der Toten and like some of like other maps. Obviously we got to do transit. Transit's probably going to be like my biggest project yet. And then I won't be doing like all the exterior, but I will like probably put in like a fog or something so that way you don't see beyond what you're supposed to see. I gotta like replace all the grass with probably mycelium, aka it's just another type of grass, but it just looks a little bit more wonky. And then hopefully with freaking Minecraft Transit, I'll be able to use tall like other stuff, you know what I mean? Because like they got like cornfields or whatever, and Minecraft doesn't have corn, so about here I gotta like, and then I gotta kind of like do this. Okay, so now that we're up here, we can go ahead and start filling in some stuff. Obviously, they can't come. All right, so it's like a here, and then it cuts off right here. So like this. Yep. All right. And then there's like a little railing here. I mean, like it goes like all the way across now that I remember. If I remember correctly. Because I don't remember being in this room that much. Yeah. Okay. And then like directly from this, I think the wall goes about here for it. It doesn't follow this path. So it comes in here. This is going to be like a 2-wall, like 2-block thick wall. And then, so yeah. Yeah, okay. That's going to be a, okay. We're just going to go ahead and extend it this way. 3 blocks thick. And then you got all this. So I do think this is like a little bit skinnier than this because obviously there's like a little wall here and then there's that, and then there's like a way that they get in over here. There's another way like back here, and then there's like a way over here, and then there's a way like right by the stairs if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's like everything for upstairs. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So now with all this knowledge, we can go ahead and start filling in the walls. And then we'll like replace everything with bricks. But I kind of want to keep the floor stone. So probably what we're going to do, man, this is so laggy. But, and then with this, we just come up one and then we'll just circle back. My bad if my voice sounds a little bit like scratchy. Because I'm a little bit, and then I'm pretty sure, yeah, no. I gotta figure out like interact models and stuff. So, and then yeah, 3x3, and then we got all this here. And then I gotta start figuring out everything that'll go down once. So I'll probably do the interior and then we'll start working on the coding, but this is only part 1 of this. So we're probably just gonna make Nocturtoten right on in here. Wait, no, there's like a little gap here. Yeah, it's like a little broken down wall. And then it kind of like picks up right here. There, yeah. Come on in here. Oh, yep, nope. Yep, right here. And then and then we have like the perks machine. We have the perks machine like right here, right? Yeah. Wait, then that means that the door is like right here. Yeah, perk machine like right here. You come in over here. Boom. I think that there's like a little wall here, like a little like pillar thing. I think the pillars are in the same place as they are. Pillars stay in the same place. Yeah. You guys see how dark this is? This is kind of what happens. Pillar stays in the same place. It's like right here. Oh, I was close. 3, yep. And then 4, yep. So yeah, 3 blocks high. We can do like doing like other stuff. And then this has like all this kind of stuff. And then there's like a wall, I think, up here. And then we'll start texturing the wall. We won't use like andesite or anything. We might use like deep slate. And I think with this one, I don't know. But all I know is that there's like this weird little closet thing, like right here. And then there's a gobble gum here. The railing goes here. And I'm pretty sure that there's like a pillar that goes here and here actually. And then you look this way and then they're just there. Okay. I always forget what's here. It's like a wall. Yeah. And then it's kind of like all like torn down and stuff. Okay, yeah. So I think that's just about everything covered up for where everything is. Wait, no. These are perk machines, or else I'll think that they're like. Well, I don't know about that. That's just nobody buys the locus from that. And then this room. What goes on in this room? So obviously there's like a railing here. I know that. It comes from over there. Although everything will not match like point blank ish. And then there's like a wall by like the grenades or whatnot. And then I know that there are other wall buys too, because like there's one down here. There's like the akimbo, I think. Like there's like one here and one here. And then the KN44 is up here. Like I know that there's no other wall buys up here. I know like there's like a shotgun over here. Like the Argus is right here. I know that. And then you got this here, and then this down here is all kind of like prop. It's anything for like design, I mark with white wool. So, but then I don't know. Oh, there's like a little wall thing here. That's what it is. That's what I was missing. There's like a little wall. I'm gonna just ring my doorbell. So this is all for props, so I'm just gonna mark it with that. But yeah, I think that's basically, and then we go ahead and kind of like shave it down a little bit. Oh God, dude, my ADHD. I so forgot I was streaming. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got like lost in thought or something. I started thinking about something. All right. So this should not be everything actually. Comes up here, which means that all this is emptiness. Except for this wall. Like this wall right here is what happens here. Because I know that that's for grenades. Which I don't know how we're going to do. Oh my God. Shoot. Wait, no. I don't know why I did all this. I got to do this. And then you just... I used to like camp this corner, but this is so much wider than the actual game. So, yeah, there's that. Come up here. I think that there's like a wall, like right here, actually. And then you guys will see what we're doing with everything once everything is turned to stone bricks. Okay. So what we do now is we go ahead and we break everything down here. Do this. Slash fill -1, -61, -11, tilde, tilde, tilde. And then stone underscore bricks. Replace stone. Which means now that if we go ahead and we're just gonna make this corner right here. Everything gets turned into stone bricks. Come on down here, stone bricks. Nice. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do some details later. But right now, we're just gonna do this little section. Yep. Then we're gonna go and walk over here and see if it'll do this side. Hopefully. Hopefully it does. And if it doesn't, damn. Oh. Nice. And then everything back there gets changed too. Could we go to the edge of Noct though? Oh, dude. So there is a range, as you guys have been able to tell, hopefully, of blocks you can do. So I'm just gonna like do, because obviously it won't change everything else. God, dude, come on. Okay, yeah, so I literally reached the end of it. And then, which means that 48 is what we gotta change that to. Oh, okay. 48. Then we just go ahead, step on over here. And then I may have to repeat the command because I just didn't. Wait, no, I have stone bricks in my hand. I can just place everything down. Okay. So right here is like bars, like iron bars or something. So we're just gonna do like this little bit right here. I might go get my keyboard and mouse in a little bit just so I can speed up the process. So warning, if you do not want to, well, it's not like anybody watches my videos anyways. Come on. I mean, to be fair, everybody's probably in school. Just throw that down. I would have been so mad if I missed that. Okay, and then there's, I know that there's like a little lamp thing. Yeah, okay, yeah. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with, yeah, because there's like a little hole in the wall here, yeah. Now, with bedrock, you can place blocks like at your feet. So like with all these Java players, they're over here sweating trying to God bridge. So what you can do, as you can tell, so if I'm standing here, I can place blocks in front of me. with Java, they have to like crouch back and place it. But then if you're just that didn't happen. But if you have this here, you can just yeah you can just walk back. Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, it works. Definitely. And then now we just do it's 52. We come on over here, stone bricks, and then we just start making up, and then we just change the Y of this, and then hopefully that works. Oh yeah, okay. Whoop. Yep, and then you come on over here. Jaduris, and then you come over here. Yep, that should be everything. And then I just gotta start working on like my lighting skills. So I know that there's a lamp. So now we are on to rating. Yay, the most time-consuming part of it all. So it might be like we're gonna do soul lantern. Boom. Yeah. Yep. That's it right there. And then I will fill in these pillars eventually, but right now we're just actually let's go ahead and do something. Yep, and then you do this right here. And you just do repeat, always active. Which means, okay, so obviously my chat is like going up, but as you can tell, you can see now. Slash game roll, man, block, outlet, false. I've been doing this for a couple years. I know all the commands. I just don't know how to keep track of them. So, yeah. As you can tell now, we can see. And this is obviously going to be like a whole different shade of, this because this is here. So if I go ahead and, yeah. So everything is just going to look a little bit different. And then now I can go ahead and just start. What I'm going to start marking out is the holes in the walls or like the little indents. You guys will see what this looks like once I'm done. But it'll look really nice. So actually we'll just do it. So with walls, they kind of cave inwards. So with all this here, like this is just one big wall. I don't know why that did that, but so that's why I was leaving holes in the walls for, other stuff. And it works really well when you're doing these. So, and then you just, no, my night vision. I gotta read and name it and then put like a block behind it. Yeah, so. Yep, so hopefully it doesn't. Oh, okay, that actually looks really nice. I might use like the little bumps or something when a block is behind it. But right now I'm not. Right now I'm just making walls look pretty. Like, honestly, I think that would work really well in like a little house design or something. But I might only use the wall design for this edge of it because everything else is just kind of run down over there. So I'm just gonna like actually, we're just gonna hold down the thing. Just if I feel like we have enough tiny walls over there, like right here, I didn't think we need enough. Like normally I change that like that, but like you see this little pixel of a gap, I think it would look so much better if I, use that. So obviously we'll figure out a way to do all that, but boom, Dr. Tone. So now we got to start figuring out a design for I already got a design in mind. You go ahead and grab some cobblestone and this block, that, and then you can get the oak fences. But like here, look, as you can tell, they connect to like solid blocks. So I'm probably gonna change all this to like bricks later. Actually, that kind of looks like, yeah. Okay. My bad. That's my mom. There's lunch. I am kind of hungry. I may go like as you can tell now. And then what if I do fences like that? Oh yeah, that'd be so nice. But if they would just not float, it'd look so much cooler. Cause like, look, you can come here. You can kind of like, look, you normally you just stand there, but so we're probably just gonna keep this design going for everything except for the one place where it's the wall. Yeah. So, yep, we're just gonna. That's all we'll be doing basically. For I might change up the design a little bit, just so it looks a little bit natural. And then there's also, what if I did this? Hang on. I keep on going, what if, but I'm going to end up doing it. Let's go ahead and get rid of then I did that. Yep, that looks so much better without the little peg in the middle. Yeah, we're going to go and replace all the tops. Well, maybe not this one, because I think if you look at it from a distance, it looks pretty good. So we're just gonna break. Okay. There, yep. Come on all around here, and then we'll do some. So with this one, it's actually gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna go stone all here, and then this, and then that. And then we're not gonna do this though. We're just gonna build up the cobblestone one, and then we'll do this. So that way, what we might do is fence this right here, then another fence. I only wish that these would connect. And then we'll do this. Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and grab our bars. And we will. You see how these connect? Why won't they connect with the fence? So yeah, that works. That looks perfect. I don't know about that, because obviously we'll have like that little gap there. But yeah. That's it. So I may replace these with that just so you get a little bit of depth in there. That right there. Yeah, so I'm just doing the walls right now, as we can tell. And then you come on over here and do this. And then there's like shelves. So I'm going to go grab my lunch. I will be right back. Okay. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I got my food. I am still here. So sorry. So sorry it took me so long. Now I've got to plug in my mice. And hopefully we can get back to the streaming bit. So, it's like a donut stream now. So instead of that, this. Okay. Right. All right. Give that. As you know, a little tight, but I for this I've got everything else. So you see me start talking before. I'm like, this is good for my stream. Yeah, yeah. The better, yeah. It doesn't load. Okay. So I do have like my food and everything. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on everything. So um what's the sprint button? Why is control sprint? Okay, so there's a wall by there. There's a little thing there. There's something there. I feel like C should be crouch. I don't know why. Um I have a feeling that it should be like that, but I feel like that there should be like something here. What should we put here at this little place? But like I don't know what we're gonna do like in here. So obviously we gotta like replace everything here with, well, actually I need the, okay, so that's what that does. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of this. Just gonna, there we go. Oh yeah. And then and pretty soon I'll see if I can do Nuketown. So here, I gotta edit my sensitivity so bad. Here, hang on. Bread. $35. But shit. We're gonna do C. What's C? Okay. Resume game. There we go. Wait, what does this look like in my hand again? Why is it just floating there? You guys see that? It's just floating. Okay. So there we go. It's all camera sensitivity's all. It's all better now. I feel like we should do walls for this. So like obviously you just can't jump over it. So we're gonna do. Now with this, I really don't care if we jump over this. If people are able to jump over this. I don't know if I'm gonna post this or not because I have to sign like I have to have like a copy of something. But there. That looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, you have all of this, and then you come on over here. Feeling this is a little bit too much, but this looks good. I need a... Here, give me a minute. I gotta like I need a forearm rest for my keyboard. There we go. There. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do for under here. So we're probably just gonna cover it up. Yep. Here, yep. Cover this up. Cover that up. All this. I gotta figure out what we want to do for the flooring now. But obviously you have to walk around to get to this. You go through here, there's a whole bunch of, I know that there's like a pile of something over here, but let's go ahead and get to work on Mule Kick. We can go ahead and get rid of that. Everything in here. So, what do we want it to look? Obviously, we're going to use quartz. We're going to use quartz. We are going to use, well, obviously for the top, I know that Mule Kick has like a red top and like green words, which I know what to do for that. So we're going to go here, grab a pale oak sign, green dye, or like lime dye, I guess, and a glowing sack. Watch this. So then we go ahead and we
put everything together. I think it should just be like a one block kind of thing. Let me go ahead and do this, and then we go and enter, and then we go ahead and do mule kick. We're just gonna have everything for free, honestly, because yeah, see, so that makes sense right there. Then we can go ahead and go on down here, and then we just delete one, and then we just do a whole bunch of this. But obviously, we're not gonna do that. It's the equal sign. I'm trying to figure out what we want to do here. Let me go. There. Yep. Okay. And click escape, do this and that. And then I think we just got to copy that the whole way around. So we go. We just got to delete that. Everything else looks good. Just do this and that. Should it be like a bottom one and then a top one? I don't know. But I might replace that with a slab. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and delete that, get rid of that, replace it with a. Do you want red nether bricks or mangrove slab? Because that just looks like a purple. We're gonna do not that. No, get rid of that. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that right there. We're gonna do that. That looks like mule kick. It doesn't. We're gonna get rid of that. These trapdoors, since these match with it, we can kind of like, I don't know what the word is for it. I think it should be handle to handle. That looks okay. I mean, it looks okay, right? I'm not. I don't know. And then we'll go ahead and work on the wall buys here. Okay. So obviously this would be so much better if I had the little thingies. We're gonna go ahead and do that. And then we're just since it's white, we're just gonna use the payload sign again. There's this here, or I might use this, depending on if it goes flat or not. No, it doesn't. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do purchase. RK5. I feel like I should have done like a darker tone, but I don't really care. Or what do I want to do for the wall buys? Oh well. That's how you spell it, right? Shiva? Or like that. We're gonna go that way. And eventually, hopefully I'll be able to make my way around to like, other stuff. Like I don't know, probably Shadows of Evil, I think would be pretty cool. Who knows? I know there's a KN44 right here. So yeah, so there's all that. And then the obvious, I believe, is right here. Yep. That's how it's spelt. And then we'll start doing everything here. And then I always forget what the shotgun's called. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? What is it called? KSG? Yeah. Yeah, it's called the KSG. I really don't care. And then I think I don't know what this is. This is like some sort of ugh, we're not gonna do it. My sensitivity is still a little bit too high, but it's not like I care right now. There, yep. So now everything is all good. I don't know about these pillars though. Is there 3 or just 2? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on the mystery box. So with these, I think are gonna be like our best friend with details. Cause hang on. Hang on. Nah, actually. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But let's see here. I don't know what we're gonna do here. Who knows? But I do know we can do banners, so there's that, I guess. We're not gonna do the chest though. We are not gonna do this because we can't animate that. Though with everything else, we might do like a far weirder slash simpler design so that way. So because obviously it doesn't look like anything right now, but then you go ahead and you just then all these open up like that. And then if I go ahead and I grab some signs, hopefully this looks good, or I'll try the oak shelf. Boom. Boom. We do boom. 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 So it does cover up like this, but I have a feeling I won't like those. There, like immediately 10 times better. That kind of looks like it. So that way, let's go ahead and edit this. Roll for random mystery. I don't care. Box. Mystery box, and then we'll just go ahead and grab like white dye or something for that. Obviously, go ahead and grab some bone meal. white dye, and then glowing sack. White dye mystery box. There we go. Look at that. And then now, hopefully, if I could get the working system or the working system, I might bring up here that like activate something, but I'm probably just gonna do this. Like I click on this, or because again, or I just crouch here. But I'm probably gonna do this. And then so if I go ahead and I go into my texting thingy and then I click on X, test X, C, Control V, Control C, Control X. Yeah, those don't do anything. Okay, slash test for block, and then we go here. I need to turn around, figure out the coordinates 31. And then if I go and do this, well, it's the same coordinates either way. Test for block 31, -59, -25. Spruce underscore trapdoor underscore trap door, and then we do this. Let me go and we do this, and then open bit.